Hi, I'm James from Things of Merit, and today we have a really quick project for you to throw into your outdoor kit. It is fire cookies. A fire cookie is a cotton face wipe that has been dipped into candle wax and lamp oil. They are incredible fire starters. All you need to do is kind of break them in half, expose the threads, and they will more or less become a candle that you can light, toss into a fairly damp fire if you need to, and get it going in a heartbeat. You really only need three things to make a fire cookie. You need cotton makeup pads. They need to be cotton, otherwise they'll melt instead of burn. You need some sort of wax. I think like a Gulf wax or sealing wax is great. Today we're using like the leftover ends from candles we had laying around the house. I think we're gonna have a vanilla cupcake and something else going into the mix. And then a smokeless lamp oil. I just like clear, plain, odorless, colorless lamp oil, but whatever they have is good. The only thing you don't want is you don't want anything that is like a bug repellent, like a citronella, because that's got extra stuff in it that you don't want. It'll make your gear smell like citronella. Now, before we get started with the actual construction of the fire cookie, I want to give you a really quick warning, which should be pretty self-explanatory. But the whole purpose of the fire cookie is to catch fire easily and stay lit no matter what you try to do. To that end, make sure that you have a fire extinguisher, water, things like that around before you start the process. Also, never try to make a fire cookie over an open flame because we are going to be melting paraffin wax and we are going to be putting lamp oil into a hot concoction. The first thing you're going to do is grab something like a hot plate and create a double boiler. We are using a cast iron skillet today. We put a little bit of water into the bottom and put it onto low heat. Once our water comes up to a low boil, we're going to take in our case, our candle and place it into the double boiler and melt it slowly just enough so that the wax releases from the glass. As it softens up, I'm going to use a pick to pull out the candle itself, crack it into pieces, and place it into a mason jar. Repeat this process for 2 or 3 candles and you've got enough wax to get started. From there, take the mason jar and put it back into the double boiler and melt it slowly. Stirring helps this process go a lot quicker, and please don't go anywhere. Once the wax is melted, we're going to kill the heat on the hot plate and remove the mason jar. You definitely don't want to add the lamp oil while the heat is still on. That's just asking for trouble. I found that equal parts of the lamp oil and wax seems to work best. If you have too much oil, then the cookies will never harden. And if you have too much wax, you just have to put it back into the double boiler to soften up again. So I always err on the side of a little bit too much wax. Off the heat, add the lamp oil to the melted wax and stir to combine. Spread out some tin foil and you're ready to dip your fire cookies. The process for actually making the fire cookies is pretty straightforward. You're going to take your cotton pad and put it into the jar with your melted wax and oil combination, stir it around so it fully absorbs, hold it above the jar so the excess drips off, and then place it on your tin foil for it to harden up. I like to give them an hour or so to cure at room temperature. From there, place them directly into a metal tin, sealed bag, any place to keep them airtight and away from the rest of your gear because they do have a little bit of a waxy sheen to them. To use, simply tear off a piece and fray the edge. You've made effectively a pocket candle, so put it in the base of your fire, light it, and it'll burn. An inch-sized piece will burn for 4 or 5 minutes, plenty of time to get your fire up and running. I hope you found this useful. I carry these with me whenever I go camping, and I hope you'll consider doing the same. Thanks for watching.